You hydrated?
Hydrated.
You good?
Ready to go.
Lubricated? Hey, everybody, welcome to the Taylor Show! Yay! I'm Kevin Pereira. Good to see you.
Hi, and that makes me Olivia Munn.
It does.
We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
Did you figure that out by reading the fancy on-screen graphics?
No, because I know where there's a Kevin Pereira, there's Olivia Munn.
Huh?
By the way, I need a key to your place. You won't let me in anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's a reason for that. On the show today, Michael Emerson from Lost returns to enlighten us about his upcoming DVD. He's got details. It is. Oh, no, you think you're excited now with a clappity clap? Let me finish this sentence. He's got details about an unaired scene that you're going to want to kill a guy in a wheelchair to see. Coming out on the DVD. And now we clappity clap. Also, E3 is nearly here, so today we're going to target the first-person shooters that are going to make their debut, like Bulletstorm, Medal of Honor, and a little game called Call of Duty Black Ops. Sure.
Yeah. Then Blair Herter goes all the way to London to meet Jake Gyllenhaal and Gemma Arterton. They reveal all about the Prince of Persia movie. Plus, Chris Hardwick's back with today's Gadget-Thon from Fujifilm. It's our first review of a 3D camera. 3D camera, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Taking your pal's camera and then shooting your junk just got a lot more horrible for you guys. I don't like it when you do that to my camera, by
There's
the way.
depth to the bagging.
It's weird. Oh, hey! Videos! Off the port bow!
Deploy the around the net! Should we call it out? Craig-a-Leg 903 says, I heard your Twitter wall is leaking. We'll be pumping in more tweets to clog it up. Thank you, Craig-a-Leg.
There is an answer.
Thank you very much for that, sir.
Going down.
Oh, yeah. Some people are not good at it.
What are you doing?
Did you hear the sound design on that was incredible. It sounded like a million clay pots. There was a Wilhelm scream in the background and a horse.
Well, that's what happens when you mix vodka and escalators.
Oh, yeah, they don't mix. Yeah. Ergo,
like that.
Russians should have to take the stairs.
Oh, which they also cannot use.
Right. Little known fact.
Yeah, it's a sad
Sorry, Russia.
existence. Very sad. Today's number 4 item just also happens to be a thing we found on the internet that was interesting.
Oh. Okay. That's good to know. This is a homemade horror short. Baby's.
Sorry. I just breastfed him.
Yeah,
now
baby's
he's burping
gassy.
it up.
You gotta.
Gotta get right
I told
to
you
the
to
show. I know.
sling me over your
I
shoulder.
know, and Andy was counting 3, 2, 1. I was like, we don't have time. Stop. Sorry, who's a bad mommy?
Maker's Mark? It comes out, I'm telling you, it's a delicious mix.
Tell me who else has boobs that have whiskey coming out of them?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm on the show, guys.
That's why she's where she's at. That's why she's where she's at. This is a homemade horror short for a remixed film festival using an old public service announcement about playing well with others. And there's some trippy after effects as well. It's creepy.
Yeah, and if the visuals weren't strange enough, the music from good old Neon definitely tips us over into thing we found territory.
Johnny's rude and selfish. He doesn't think of others. He won't take turns.
You don't think he really wants to be that way, do you?
Maybe he doesn't mean to be selfish, but he is.
Right. Well then, you go ahead and play, and we'll see how it works out.
Sure. So here's the way we're gonna do it.
Creepy. It was creepy.
Got a lot of grade school terrors resurfacing right now. So a whole lot of repressed stuff just bubbling up to the surface.
All up there.
Yeah. You?
Oh, no. No, I've actually successfully blocked out all of my formative years, so living life pretty good. Just bury it deep down inside.
Keep it down there.
And I feel it coming up. I just eat some
Bury it some more, huh?
Eat some carbs and bury them
That's
deep
it.
down. don't. It's just so good.
Emotional walls. Today's a... It's a giant button for whip crack in that audio booth. That's the only one we ever...
That's all we got.
Thank you. Hey. Today's number 3 is a new take on an epic battle between Rocky Balboa and Clubber Lang, and it's brought to us by our old friend 1 Minute Galactica.
He re-examines Rocky III's climactic battle and raises the stakes with a little gamesmanship.
Oh.
It's the awaited rematch between the former champion Rocky Balboa and the reigning heavyweight champion Clubber Lang.
We're just waiting for the bell. Well, here we go. The war is on. Here comes Clubber. Back from a beating like that.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
That was really good.
That was good. The only thing that Clubber Lang actually hates more than Rocky Balboa is not getting paid.
Yeah, that's nice. So look out, 1 Minute Galactica. Mr. T's lawyers don't pity the fool that don't send a royalty check.
Okay, hold on. Let's go through what just happened in the last 5 seconds.
1, improv.
And, but it was phenomenal.
Thanks.
Phenomenal. Was
It
it
was a
Will
impersonation.
Ferrell doing George Bush, doing Clubber Lang,
Wait, no.
or doing Mr. T? Because that's what it
not Mr.
sounded
T.
like.
Let me try it
Well,
again.
pity the fool there.
You tell me something and I'll be Mr. T.
No, I pity the fool. That...
You say something and I'll come in as Mr. T. So
Okay, all right. Well, that was another Around the Net video, and I hope that...
pity the fool that doesn't give me my royalty check.
I was right. I think I was right. I think if you swim through it, there's a little George Bush in there. It's a little Will Ferrell doing George Bush.
Because I'm closing my eyes. Why? Because I gotta
Get into character. You gotta get into character.
I pity the fool. Does that not sound like it to anybody else?
No, it's
Oh,
Does it sound like it to you?
Yes.
What goes...
It does, because he's like...
How do you hear it in your head over the sounds of children playing at a park? That's what I imagine is what you hear in there. It's like the carnival music and children.
He's not like screaming. He's always like, I pity the fool.
Oh, there it was. There it was, Mr. T.
I get it?
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
I really did?
That was totally it.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that different than the one?
It wasn't at all. Not in the
really
slightest
didn't get
bit.
it
You
either?
didn't nail it at all.
Oh, man.
No, not even close.
Oh, I was kind of happy for a
Good
minute.
job.
Today's number 2 item. It's a pretty big deal for Mac Gamers.
Mr. T, do that? Oh. Yes, up until now, Mac gamers had to be content with battle chess and old copies of King's Quest that they've had lying around since the 90s. But suffer no longer, gaming minority.
Yes, now thanks to Valve, you're about to be liberated with high-quality games.
You are charged with capital malfeasance and to citizen fascism.
I ask you what greater endeavor exists than that of collaboration? Are all the accomplishments of humanity fated to be nothing more than a layer of broken plastic shards, thinly strewn across a fossil bed, sandwiched?
The sound you just heard was actually the collective squee of Mac gamers worldwide.
Oh, yeah.
They make that noise.
All 600 of them.
Yeah.
Good
Big
day
group.
for you guys.
Big group. Hey, still
Big
ahead.
day.
Grab your noob tube. We're off to outer space.
Number 1.
I pity the fool who don't sound like my mother.
How are you doing?
Where's your mom?
All over the world, people are laying their fingers on other people's Butterfingers. But fear not, the Butterfinger Defense League has got your back. They're looking for the 4th member of their team, and it could be you. You could even win $20,000, plus a trip to Comic-Con to meet Olivia and myself. What's better than that? Go to G4TV.com/Butterfinger Defense League to learn how you can join the fight.
from a German recording artist that you've never heard of. His name is Michael Wendler. Here's a spoiler. You will not be interested in his music.
When you traffic in German synth soft pop, you'd better have a video that people care about. And Michael pulls that off with some Master Chief armor and a green screen.
We're only encouraging him. No, anytime you clap along to that, it grows stronger. Well, it's crap. That's what I mean. It is. I thought ODST was bad, but that was terrible.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Thanks for ruining another awesome thing, Germany.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, how long before that guy is shirtless, drunk, and just throwing up on a cheeseburger,
Yeah,
huh?
right, huh?
I mean,
I give
that's
it
what you're doing in
3,
Germany. Oh.
2,
Do you hear me? No alcohol.
We did it! To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet.
E3, just 21 days away. So you better start working on your plan of attack.
Yes, fans of first-person shooters have a lot to look forward to on the road to E3, including Call of Duty Black Ops, Bulletstorm, and Medal of Honor.
If Battlefield and Modern Warfare aren't curbing your gaming fix, then warm up your thumbs because it's all about the shooters at this year's Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Traditionally, you see a lot of shooters at E3. This year, there's even more than there normally are. It's definitely always been a very successful franchise, and it looks like the game industry realizes that and is now trying to cash in.
One of the big shooters making its debut is Call of Duty Black Ops. The 7th installment of this franchise will focus on several different locations and eras.
Call of Duty Black Ops is Treyarch's next installment of Call of Duty. We're expecting the game to take place in Cuba, Vietnam, World War II. It's kind of a hodgepodge of various important battles throughout history.
Even though Treyarch is taking the reins from Modern Warfare's developer Infinity Ward, don't expect the game to be a letdown.
Their game's traditionally been World War II games. This is the first time it's set in a somewhat modern era. Obviously, the technology they're using is similar to that was found in Modern Warfare 2, which only makes it prettier and prettier.
But that's not the only shooter title to get the revamp. Electronic Arts is reinventing the franchise that started the war-era shooter with a new Medal of Honor.
I'm very excited to see what Medal of Honor has in store for us. Now, this used to be one of the biggest shooting franchises, and it's fallen by the wayside a little bit, but it's being reimagined, so I have high hopes.
With a new direction in the series, this Medal of Honor centers on a more current conflict and location.
It's taking place in Afghanistan, and you're dealing with, well, special ops, Tier 1, those mysterious guys you always hear about. The game really is just a retooling of the franchise, wonderful graphics, and I think a more intense story than we've seen in recent years.
Now, if you're looking for over-the-top action and ginormous guns, then Bulletstorm may be the game for you.
Bulletstorm is a multiplayer shooter that really doesn't take itself too seriously. It's all about over-the-top kills, has a sense of humor. You're gonna be able to pull a guy into you and then kick him away from you. You're gonna use overpowered weapons. It looks like this one is gonna be a lot of fun.
Set on an alien planet, this game is a far departure from historical war-era shooters.
It's on a planet that used to be a resort planet that has now been sort of taken over by plant life. It really is unlike anything I've seen in recent years, and it's using the Unreal Engine. It seems to be using it to very effective effect.
If you're still drooling over these first-person shooters, don't worry. We'll be revealing more of the big titles coming out as we head down the road to E3.
All the old school gamers getting upset. Back in my day, gangbangs were worth more than plus 50. Now they're just giving them away. Oh. Someone should really make an FPS about running around on the show floor, though. That's the E3 shooter that I want to play.
Like you dodge flying swag bags, you collect booth babes, pay $17 for a sandwich.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing backpacks and T-shirts.
Pretty much got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Still ahead, Blair Herter goes to jolly old London to learn more about the Prince of Persia.
And later, Michael Emerson from Lost. Should I English that up for you? He'll be here. He's going to menace us all. Big Linus spills some secrets on the Lost DVDs, so stick around.
Here's a question. Would you sacrifice your ability to see during the day for perfect night vision? You logged on to G4TV.com and told us what you thought, and we'll have the results after the break. The results are in, and about 67% of you said that you would not sacrifice your day vision for night vision. Log on to G4TV.com for more questions like this and tell us just how far you'd go.
We're live.
We're live!
We're live right now.
And added bonus, Allison Hayslip has some news for you.
I like being the bonus. I'm like a secret level. The 33% of you that said you'd give up your sight for night vision, what is wrong with you? Let's start the feed.
That's not all sight.
We just lost our whole vampire viewing audience. I'm sorry, guys. Whatevs. All right, it's Wednesday, May 26th, and here are your top stories. Have you ever secretly suspected something shady about the iTunes Music Store? Well, so does the Justice Department, apparently. The New York Times reports that investigators are looking into how Apple conducts its business with music labels, specifically focusing on how Apple might have tried to keep labels from taking part in exclusive promotions on Amazon.com. Apple currently controls 69% of the online music market, with Amazon sales coming in second place with only 8%, making Apple look a whole lot like a potential monopoly. Apple's hiring practices and app developer rules are also currently under government investigation, but I bet that doesn't make you want an iPad any less, does it? Nope. And the Lost series finale got less than awesome ratings when it aired on Sunday, but that may have been because it was blowing up on BitTorrent. TorrentFreak.com reports that in less than 1 day, nearly 1 million people downloaded the show's final 2 hours. That number will likely increase to 4 or 5 million by the end of the week, setting a new record for the file-sharing service. That's millions and millions of people around the world still wondering what the hell happened to Walt. Meanwhile, Fox is giving Rockstar Games some nice publicity. This Saturday at midnight, the network will air a 30-minute machinima short, including introducing viewers to the world of, my favorite thing to say, Red Dead Redemption. Created using nothing but the game engine, the film explores the Western plains and strange characters of the game, while protagonist John Marston tries to locate a lost friend. The short's director, John Hillcoat, also directed last fall's The Road. Hopefully, his Red Dead take will have fewer cannibals in it, but a lot more donkey women. And here's your real-life cyberpunk moment for today. A British scientist has become the first man to get infected with a computer virus. The BBC reports that to prove the vulnerability of implanted technology, Dr. Mark Gasson of the University of Reading contaminated a computer chip that was then inserted into his hand. Afterwards, he was able to pass the virus from the chip onto other computer systems. Also, he only wants to chat about great deals on penis enlargements. I'm Allison Hayslip, and you've just been fed. Now we will head on back to Olivia.
Thanks, Allison.
You're very welcome.
Gadgets, sexy.
Somebody say gadgets.
And sexy.
Well,
enter jacket.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that Hardwick's shiny jacket can trend on Twitter today. If you guys want to hashtag that, I'd be super psyched. You could jump out a plane in this jacket and you'd be fine.
Are you? The thing is,
this jacket was made out of the 80s.
Well, on Twitter they're saying, you and Kevin are both wearing jackets, and I'm in a tank top. Is it ridiculously cold in here to both of you?
Yeah, we're dudes. It's like we get really cold and our turkey's done. It's really embarrassing. We got to cover that up.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
3D is all the rage these days. what was that, like, was that Blue Cat Person movie? You know, when they kind of came out, like, meow.
Oh,
you know, the guy who did Titanic, you know, that blue cat.
Oh, that lowcat movie on that tree.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
Was in it.
Well, now you can try to show Avatar up on your own. Yeah, it was Avatar. It was Avatar.
Since 3D content is still extremely hard to come by, Fujifilm wants you to make your own with the new W1 digital camera. Integrating two 10-megapixel image sensors and the Real Photo Processor 3D, the W1 takes stereoscopic pictures viewable on the camera's LCD. It can even record 3D movies or shoot two different images in 2D simultaneously. So bring some depth into your life in the third dimension for $600.
Oh my God, Kevin shot Oliver Platt.
G4 is affordable version of Oliver Platt.
That's right.
So this is about twice the size of a traditional
Yeah,
point
hold this
shoot.
up to my microphone. Like slide the thing and turn it on. This has got the best launch up. Oh, that's really pleasant.
There it is.
There it
But,
is.
it's really thick and heavy. It does feel solid like a brick.
Yep.
It's massive.
Yep.
The LCD, well, let me show you right here. The LCD, it's kind of small on such a huge camera, so it's not this whole thing. It's actually just from here to here, in between, like right there. So
Yep.
all of that's taken off.
That tiny little space right
Yeah.
there.
So do you think this is just way too big to carry all the time, or would you like want to put on a belt and just kind of hang out with it? Hey kids, get together. Let me get you real quick. Okay,
Or
great.
you could-
Grand
you
Canyon,
could-
let's go.
You could put it on. You could wear it on your belt and get a lot of like upskirt shots of people like down
let's see.
here.
How would you do that?
All women.
Yeah. Well, actually, if it were Scottish dudes in kilts, then it would really take advantage of the 3D technology. It feels like a doorstop. This thing.
It's really
It's
big.
really heavy. You could fit it in the back of your pocket and just
But then you'd look like that.
walk around, and then you would see this, and people would be like, "What'd
Yeah.
you leave in your pants?" And you'd be like, 3 dimensions.
So, okay, this shoots pictures and video in
Yep.
true stereoscopic 3D.
Yep.
Now, you don't need glasses to see them in 3D on the camera screen, but how easy is it to make the pictures look good?
It's not that easy. So they have this setting.
If the camera, you'd think that would be the option.
Exactly. Well, there's two lenses. They have this setting that's called parallax, and that adjusts the way that you see in 3D. And parallax basically that's the difference between two different perspectives, lines of sight, looking at the same object. So you and I are creating a parallax by both looking at this object from different lines of sight.
I'm sorry, do we just get into It's F in Science?
No.
What just happened?
No,
What
nothing.
show am
nothing,
I in?
I'm not going to blow up the camera.
What spin-off am I in?
No. But you know, like if you move side to side and it looks like something's moving more, but in the distance it's more still. That's the parallax. The difference between those
guys feel this?
perspectives are parallax. So you can adjust that.
G4's in 3D.
Yeah, 3D, everybody.
See that?
You can adjust the parallax after you've taken the picture or before you've taken the picture. You can see, I think we showed you there, it's lining up the two kind of images in the front. You want to focus that on the foreground image, but it is kind of hard to find the right balance of 3D in the foreground. There it is, on the foreground and the
it's a manual
background.
balance? You have to do it yourself?
There is an auto setting. It doesn't work amazingly well, and a lot of time you will find yourself using the manual parallax just to get it to line up. Doesn't always find the sweet spot, but it is important to take pictures that have a defined foreground and background so you can really see the 3D. Overall, it's impressive. Not by any means perfect. There is one thing to note. We did see on pictures. We did see pictures on an NVIDIA 3D laptop, and they looked a lot better through the shutter glasses and with the naked eye.
Now, it obviously takes pictures in 2D too.
Yes.
And it can also do simultaneous picture taking, like.
Walk me through what that would look like.
Well, okay, like simultaneous picture taking. You can take one color.
Okay.
Then you can take one black and white.
Okay. Anything else?
Another option, you could take one zoomed in.
All right. Excellent. My horizons are being widened.
Or at the same time, you can also do one wide.
I love it.
So
okay,
those
yes.
are options: black and white with color, wide and zoomed in.
So all the things that a camera does, basically, yeah.
So overall image quality on this bad boy.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man. Normal light pictures have a lot of detail and accurate.
Congratulations!
Hey, she just graduated from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You might get a little bit of soft focus.
I didn't know you can major in Hawaii.
You can actually major in Hawaii. Oh, that's my dog and my cat, Scott and Luca. Low light pictures might have
They get
blur.
along?
Yeah, they do. They love each other. That's my dog, Mike Shaw.
He made D-A-W-G, by the way.
That's my cardboard moosehead sculpture. Blur and tendency. Hey, Marcos!
Oh, that's our Mexican.
Yeah, they have a tendency to be a little grainy. The flash underexposes just a little bit, but it's better than blowing it out, I guess. But simultaneous picture functions like wide or zoomed, black and white or color, and 2 different ISO settings. They're really kind of fun to have just for
Look how fun that is. You can take it
around.
in color and in black and white.
Yeah, we have arrived, humanity.
You mean you can't just do that thing where it just does an auto change later on your computer?
It's not as fun as doing it like in a camera, because it's more work that way. Overall, the image quality is better than most point and shoot, so I will say that.
Okay, this is one of the first of its kind, so that means it's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's
right.
$600.
Yeah.
I know, but let's see what he rates it before you judge it. That's his job, not yours.
So here's what I'll say. Before I give you the rating, I will say I think what a lot of some of this suffered from was not necessarily the camera's
like
fault.
You're putting down a girl. You're like, look, before I just have to say, like, I'm in a weird place in my life right now.
This camera's really.
I've got a relationship.
Olivia, I just want you to know this camera has a really great personality.
Yeah.
And it's really nice.
But I got tickets to the Dodgers, and I just want to know if you want to come with.
I just think that 3D technology is not really there in terms of where people want it to be, even though it's almost as old as photography itself. Right. So I got to give it a 3 out of 5. If you want to start creating 3D content right now, definitely the easiest way to do it. But again, technology just not there. A lot of times you find yourself kind of looking to the left and right just to see the 3D of it all.
And then you can do this.
Yeah, you can do parallax, parallax.
Oh, new song for Hard and Firm.
There it is.
I see it.
We're done writing it now.
So, Chris, you have this fancy jacket on. You got like lots of cool gadgets.
Yep.
So, what are you normally doing when you're not hanging out, talking about this and being awesome?
Oh, well, I read mostly. Right now, I'm almost done with Anna Quinlan's most recent novel, which focuses mainly on the transformation experienced by an ordinary family after a tragic series.
I'm trying to plug your show, the fun show.
Oh, yes! Web Soup, Nutshots, comedy jokes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Coming up, an all-new Web Soup. The internet made a mess on the carpet, and only one show can clean it up. On today's episode, local news unearths a cult of teenage werewolves. We got inflatable fetishes. And of course, sharpened sticks covered in human feces. Plus, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how your favorite viral videos get made.
I'm the accident that happens to them.
Holy crap, it's an all-new Web Soup. Coming up next, right after Attack of the Shoe.
What an astounding level of quality.
Oh, I'll say. What if I wanted to see more?
Well, it's pretty simple, Olivia. You don't have to do anything. When Attack of the Show is done, you just keep watching your television box. Sometimes the greatest action in life is inaction.
If you think you know all about the Prince of Persia, just from the video game, Blair Herter's going to shut you up, because he got Jake Gyllenhaal and Gemma Arterton to spill about the upcoming film.
Are you not curious why an orphan from the streets would be chosen to become a prince?
After conquering just about every gaming platform there is, the Prince of Persia sets its sights on the big screen. And with the caliber of talent in front of and behind the camera, there just might be a new king in town.
This is no ordinary dagger. Releasing the sand turns back time. Only the holder of the dagger is aware of what's happened.
Let's talk about video games.
Okay.
Since this is for G4.
I did play the original version of the game, and I played it a lot when I was a kid. That was the old school version of the game. It was like reading scrolls, you know?
First Jordan Mechner, who created the game, came in and pitched the story. He wrote the first screenplay.
For me to arrive in Morocco, I think this all started with pixels on an Apple II computer screen in New York 25 years ago.
I think the thing that's made video game adaptations not successful in movies has been the fact that they've tried to mimic the video games completely.
Have you been drinking?
We want to mimic them, but we want to interpret them, and we want to make all his moves seem real. How can we do that?
I heard that you're actually pretty good at parkour now, man. So let's talk about the parkour a little bit.
What you do is you lay out obstacles that the parkour can use to get around, get over, jump onto.
Cut! French! Very good!
What I loved about the story was that you start with a hero and a country in which the hero lives, which is gritty and real, and he's a fighter and fierce, and then he runs into this wonderful, beautiful, mysterious girl.
Such a noble prince. leaping to assist the fallen beauty.
I was surrounded by men all the time. I mean, you always are when you're in a film set and you're a girl. It was easier for me to play that kind of snooty girl.
Who said you were a beauty?
There must be a reason why you can't take your eyes off me.
The big challenge for me was to be calm when the camera was rolling. Be like this vestile of purity and font of knowledge, which I'm so not. I did it! I was the idiot on set running around being silly, and then Mike would go, "Okay, Gemma, now will you stop it?"
You really enjoy telling me what to do, don't you?
Only because you're so good at following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck.
He's very strong, and then he started training for this movie, so his physique even, you know, got better.
We started doing different things and eventually just got into shape. You can't really run as far as the Prince runs in the games in real life, obviously.
That's all right. Daggers that turn back time don't exist in real life either. So
well, Disney actually made one.
What?
That's not CGI.
What?
That's actually a real dagger. I did it like 4 or 5 times. I mean, I do it 4 or 5 times in the movie.
You're gonna do it this interview?
No, they took it away from me. I can only wear it when I'm wearing the red scarf.
That's impossible.
Difficult, not possible.
Seriously. Herder went to England to talk about a video game adaptation?
Yeah, he has pictures. Pictures of important people, important people's ding-dongs doing other things and important people's hoo-has. These are the kind of pictures he has.
So that's why he gets to go on fancy trips.
That's the... Hey, Michael Emerson from Lost is here. He'll be up next. We're going to wax poetic on the joys of unemployment.
And he might drop a bomb about a deleted scene in the Lost DVD.
What?
Yes, stick around.
The feed is brought to you by Mobil 1, the world's leading synthetic motor oil brand. Step up to Mobil 1 at your next oil change.
From Hollywood to Bollywood. Geek Goddess. Hamle ke show.
Real quick. A moment of silence, please, for the pistachio. I believe it's the forgotten nut. Thank you.
What happened?
Earlier, Michael Emerson emerged from a secret passage that we didn't even know was here to talk about the end of Lost.
And he may have said too much about the secrets of the Lost DVD set.
Wow.
All right, this is rather sad. Until recently, Michael Emerson had a really great job, and now he's unemployed. So, Obama, get on it. Get this guy back to work. Joining me now, Michael Emerson. How are you, sir?
Hi.
Thank you for...
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for taking a break from the soup line to come and join us for an interview.
Yeah.
How have things been?
Well, things have been good. It hasn't been long since the finale aired, and I'm adjusting to having stepped off the cliff into the free fall of my post-Lost life.
And what is the post-Lost life, though? Is it a lot of Farmville on Facebook? Is it a...
I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of domestic projects, I think, and laying around the house.
Well, you could always go back to making the prison training videos.
This is true.
Of your days past.
I had some success with that.
You had a lot of success, and we had a lot of fun with that video, too, on our show. What was that whole thing about?
Well, it's... oh, there I am.
Yeah. What?
Look at that. That's a good-looking young actor.
It's a great-looking young actor. He's going to go on to do big things.
I'm not sure about the haircut, but that was another time. That was the 1980s, if you recall them, and people dressed and acted differently.
You don't have to apologize for the 80s. We are big fans here. That's okay. But I just wanted an excuse to show that video again, to be honest. So I had
Classic,
to mention it.
Right?
Now, when the finale occurred, where were you? Were you watching it at a friend's house? Were you?
It was a busy day. Those of us who were in the cast of the show had to do a Kimmel taping in the afternoon, and then I had a personal appearance downtown at the Orpheum. But once it started to air, I was free to go home, and we had people over to the house. So we had our own Lost finale viewing party.
And do you, now that you, I mean, obviously you were part of the finale, you watched the finale, do you know what happened? Was it all in Jack's head? Yes. The flash sideways, was that purgatory? What?
I do know what happened, and it doesn't need to be the same thing that you know that happened, or that anyone else knows what happened.
I just need to know that something happened. I need to know, was the island real?
Yes.
Okay, as long as that's for sure, because now that I thought the finale was going to bring answers, but what it brought was forum fanboys telling me that it was all in Jack's head. There wasn't even, there might not have even been a plane.
No.
That, you know, it might have been a spin-off series of 2.5 Men. I didn't even know. Charlie Sheen's hanging out behind a hatch. I had no idea.
A real plane crashed on a real island, and real survivors lived there for a period of time and had adventures.
Okay.
And then they passed over.
All right. And it's good to know. Do you look forward to not having to answer those types of questions in the future?
I look forward to finally having answers to give. Now, of course, no one's going to ask me.
Right. Now they're like, oh, we got it. We're good. But no, I heard that now there's in the final scene, yeah, you hinted that you and Hurley had some adventures together and that we might see those.
Well, for those people that want to pony up and buy the complete Lost series, there is a bonus feature, which is, you could call it an epilogue, a Lost scene. It's a lot. It's 12 or 14 minutes that opens a window onto that gap of unknown time between Hurley becoming #1 and the end of the series.
All right. Is that common knowledge, or is that the first time it's?
I don't know.
I haven't heard about that. Are you going to be in trouble after this? Is what I want to know. Like, how much trouble will you get in now?
I'm rolling over that in my mind. Wow.
Well, hey, there you have it. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. But will that lead to like a spin-off series? Are we going to see a Hurley and Me or something like that? Or is it this is already shot, this is self-contained, and that's that?
It's self-contained, although it's a rich period in the show's mythology that has never been explored, so who knows what will come of it.
When you stab Jacob to death, you can pretty much go ahead and spoil whatever you want. Coming up, lose your faith in humanity with break moments and de-evolution. New existential prizes starts right after these words from the Butterfinger Defense League.
A crime wave of epic proportions is sweeping the country. Good citizens everywhere live in fear of debased criminals laying a finger on their precious Butterfingers. If you are the victim of this devastating loss, there's only one place to turn. The Butterfinger Defense League. They are Eric, Sex Strutter, Lou, Strongman Ferrigno, and Charisma, Sassy Carpenter. When all hope is lost, they make life delicious again. But we are looking for someone to be the 4th member of the league, and it could be you. Rule number 1. Tell us why you'd be a valuable addition to the Butterfinger Defense League. Show us your own unique ability that makes you a perfect candidate to protect Butterfingers across the globe.
I'd make a great 4th member because I was raised by coyotes in the Angeles National Forest, and I can track a Butterfinger up to 3 miles away. Plus, I invented Butterfinger nunchucks.
Rule number 2. Videos must be no longer than 60 seconds.
Well, it's perfect, except it's 65 seconds long. Why is it 65 seconds long?
Rule number 3. Remember to include a Butterfinger and the line, "Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger." You must say it exactly like that.
Nobody better finger my butter.
Cut. That is so very wrong. Run it again. Take 42.
All submissions will be judged by G4 on the criteria of creativity, technical merit, and the best use of Butterfinger.
The field will be narrowed to 2 finalists, and both will be transported to the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con and appear on the G4 stage with Kevin and me.
The grand prize winner will be announced live and initiated as the 4th member of the Butterfinger Defense League. Plus, they'll walk home with a $20,000 prize.
Go to g4tv.com/Butterfinger Defense League for more info. Good luck.
From Hollywood to Bollywood. Geek Goddess. Hamle ke show.
Testify! Coming up tomorrow on an all-new AOTS, Allison hangs with funny men Russell Brand and Jonah Hill for an insightful look at their new comedy, Get 'Em to the Greek. Plus, we'll take a mushroom-powered game break with Adam Sessler when he brings us Super Mario Galaxy 2. And Donald Glover from Community will join us in studio to chat about his new movie, Mystery Team. See it tomorrow. Pain and pleasure are really 2 sides of the same coin.
That's set on fire and then thrust into someone's buttocks in break moments.
Our nation's founding fathers outlined core American values like the freedom to buy assault rifles. It's in there.
And apparently this kid is talking about freedom of speech, but we can't help but be distracted.
Watch this.
This is censorship. Censorship is the act or practice of removing material from things we encounter every day. Ah, that hurt. The man wants to close the safety pin. He wants to keep me and stop talking. Come on, Martin Luther King. Ah!
Well done, son. The best part is the tension as it's about to pierce through the skin when you see it. You see the color of the inside of the lip chain. But there's something ironic about bitching about censorship on YouTube, and then your clip gets shown on television. But all right, whatever, dude.
Because it doesn't mean anything unless people get to see it. That's what he thinks. It's put out for the world to see.
I get it. I get it now.
See? See?
This week's rating system, Smoking Babies.
Aww.
How many have you given this guy?
I didn't see it, which means it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Are those menthols? Yeah.
But I have to say, I sure do feel better about myself. Don't you?
I feel nothing at all. That's why I cut.
We both need help. You good?
I'm great. You gravy?
I'm gravy.
Rocket sauce.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Now that really sounds like your mom. That is an Asian Olivia's mother, Mrs. T.
No, I got it. Hold on. Thanks to Chris Hardwick. Chris Hardwick and Michael Emerson. That was hard.
That was McGruff the crime dog. That wasn't even close.
Stick around. Web soup has a fat guy hitting with some pointer on the wall. Pitiful. It sounds like it here, and then it comes out different here.
Yeah, I bet.
Thanks
for watching, everybody.